All right, let's get right into it. We all have a picture in our minds when we think of prayer, right? For some of you, it's that quiet, one-on-one, deeply personal conversation. For others, it's the sound of a whole room of people, a whole community, their voices rising together. But what if I told you that these two ways of connecting aren't just different styles? What if they operate on completely different cosmic wiring? We're not just talking about individual prayer being quieter and group prayer being louder. We're talking about two fundamentally different kinds of spiritual technology. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a profound secret from the Zohar, one that reveals the hidden architecture of prayer itself. It's a design that explains why the prayer of one person and the prayer of many, well, they operate on completely different spiritual wavelengths.
So here's the map for our journey today. We're going from the world we can see and feel right into the hidden engine room of creation. First up, we'll look at what we're calling the two sanctuaries. Then, we're going to meet the angel at the gate, the cosmic gatekeeper of this whole system. After that, we are diving deep into the technical specs, the Sephirotic circuitry that makes it all run. And you'll want to stick around for this. We're even going to uncover a kind of spiritual backdoor known as the Jacob Protocol. And then finally, we'll bring it all home and see how you can actually upgrade your own connection.
Okay, so to really get this, let's start with the visuals. Let's just paint a picture of these two incredibly powerful but totally distinct ways of connecting with the infinite. On one side, I want you to picture a synagogue, just as the sun is coming up. The light is cutting through those old stained glass windows. You can see the dust motes dancing in the air. And there's this sound. It starts as a low murmur, but it grows and swells into this incredible chorus. It's not just one voice, it's 100 voices, each one with its own unique story, its own ache, its own joy. And they all start to weave together, creating this living, breathing tapestry of sound that just fills the whole space. Now, hold that image and contrast it with this, a single person standing alone under a huge open sky. It's completely silent. It's just this one direct, unfiltered connection. All of their focus, all of their energy is being channeled into a single razor-sharp point of intention in the middle of this vast, quiet emptiness.
You can feel it, right? Those are two completely different experiences. But here's the billion-dollar question. Do they actually work the same way on a metaphysical level? Is that communal chorus just a louder version of the solo voice? Or is something else going on? Something fundamentally different? This is the mystery we are diving into. What is the secret? The unique spiritual physics behind praying together.
So the Zohar gives us our first major clue. It's not about volume, it's about aggregation. That's the key word here. There's an actual cosmic process, a kind of celestial technology, that is designed specifically to handle the prayers coming from a community. The ancient sources describe what they call an angel, a specific one, whose entire job is to manage communal prayer. Now don't think of wings and a harp. Think of it more like a dedicated cosmic processor, a celestial functionary. The mystics are telling us this isn't just a nice story. It's a description of a metaphysical reality. There's a specific consciousness appointed to receive all these prayers, not like a passive mailbox, but as an active cosmic artisan, a weaver.
And this is where it gets really wild. Check out this process. So imagine every single person's prayer isn't just words, but it's ascending as a unique stream of colored light. Each color represents that soul's unique essence, their specific request. Now this angel at the gate, it doesn't just bundle them up like a bouquet of flowers. No, it acts like a master weaver. It takes all of these individual threads of light, all different colors, different textures, and intricately weaves them together. And what comes out the other side isn't just a bundle of threads, it's something new. A single, magnificent tapestry, a radiant crown. In Hebrew, a keter. And this crown is infinitely more beautiful and powerful than the sum of its individual parts.
For anyone with a tech background, here's an analogy that's going to click right away. Think of an individual prayer like a single node request. It's your computer sending a signal directly to a server. It's linear, it's focused. But communal prayer? That's a distributed network. It's like parallel processing. You've got hundreds of different computers all contributing their data, their processing power, and this aggregator node, our angel, is merging all of those inputs into one massive, coherent, and incredibly powerful signal. It's just a whole different level of spiritual bandwidth.
So we have the what. The prayers get woven together into this incredible crown. But that just begs the next question, right? How? What's the actual mechanism? To understand that, we have to pop the hood on the universe itself and look at the underlying operating system of reality. We have to talk about the Sephirot.
Now, what are the Sephirot? In a nutshell, think of them as the 10
fundamental attributes, or channels, or frequencies through which the infinite divine energy flows to create and sustain, well, everything. They are the source code of creation, the very circuitry of reality.
And this is where those colors we were talking about really come into play. See, according to texts like the Pardes Rimonim, every single one of our souls has a primary root in this Sephirotic tree. So for example, some souls are just pure channels for Chesed, which is loving kindness, and their prayers go up as this brilliant white light. Others are rooted in Gevura, which is all about strength and discipline, and their prayers carry this deep, powerful red energy. And others embody Tiferet, which is the balance of harmony and truth, and that radiates as green. And all of these different colors, all these energies, they eventually gather in the final Sephirah, Malchut, the kingdom, which acts as the vessel for the entire collective.
And this is why the number 10 is so critical. You've heard of a minyan, right? The quorum of 10 people that's required for certain public prayers. Ever wonder why 10? It's not some random number. It's because with 10 people, you have the potential to represent all 10 Sephirot. You are literally creating a complete Sephirotic circuit right there in the room. You've got the channel for kindness, the channel for strength, for harmony, for endurance. The whole system is online.
And this right here is the absolute key. The immense power of that crown, woven by the angel, comes from its shlamut. It's a Hebrew word that means wholeness, completeness. It's not just powerful because it's big, it's powerful because it's whole. It contains every spiritual frequency, every single color in the spectrum of reality. It's a prayer that isn't just speaking for one aspect of creation, it's speaking for all of it. And that wholeness is what allows it to ascend in a way that a partial, single-colored prayer just can't.
Okay, so the case for praying with a community seems pretty open and shut, right? It seems overwhelmingly powerful. But, you know, Kabbalah is never that simple. There's always a fascinating exception to the rule, a kind of spiritual backdoor in the system. And this is where we uncover what I like to call the Jacob Protocol.
So this is the obvious question, isn't it? If all the power is in the collective, and creating that complete circuit, what does that mean for our friend praying alone under the open sky? Is their prayer just by definition less effective? Is it weaker? Well, not necessarily. To understand this exception, we have to zoom back in on one specific Sephirah, Tiferet. Remember our green light of harmony? Well, Tiferet is special. It sits right there in the central pillar of the tree of life. Its entire job is to be the great synthesizer. It takes the expansive, giving energy of Chesed, that's the right side, the white light, and the restrictive, disciplined energy of Gevura, the left side, the red light, and it weaves them together into a perfect, balanced, harmonious truth. It is literally the heart of the entire system.
And here is the key that unlocks the whole protocol. The mystics teach that certain souls don't just channel a Sephirah, they embody it. And the patriarch Jacob is the living embodiment of Tiferet. His entire life story is about integrating opposites, the spiritual and the material, love and judgment, wrestling with an angel. His very soul essence is synthesis. He is harmony made manifest.
So let's look at the crucial difference here. A standard individual prayer goes up through its main channel. If your soul's all about kindness, your prayer is a powerful stream of white light. Awesome. But the prayer of a truly righteous person like Jacob, someone who has done the incredibly hard inner work of integrating all these different forces within themselves, their prayer is different. It's not just a single color. It's an internally generated complete circuit. They're sending up the entire spectrum all by themselves. In essence, they're a minyan of one. And the sources are so explicit about this. They say God desires the prayer of the righteous so much. Why? Because they accomplish, all on their own, what an entire community accomplishes together. They create a true yehud, a profound unification, from the bottom up. They don't need an external angel to weave their crown, because they have already woven all the threads of their own soul into a complete and harmonious whole. So where does all this leave us? We basically laid out two valid, incredibly powerful models for connection. So let's bring these huge cosmic ideas back down to Earth and look at these two paths to forging that ultimate spiritual connection, that crown of prayer. This table just lays it all out so clearly. Let's look at the model. For communal prayer, you've got the parallel processing cluster. For the integrated individual, it's a perfectly optimized single thread. Now what about the strength? Communal prayer has that aggregated power and wholeness. The individual has that focused unity and balance. And for our video game analogy, which I love, communal prayer is the team power-up. It's when everyone in the party hits their ultimate ability at the same time for a massive attack. The integrated individual's prayer, though,
That's the solo limit break. It's that super rare, super powerful move that one character unlocks only after they've achieved a state of perfect inner balance. Both are total game changers.
You see, at the end of the day, the goal is always the same. It's unification. It's about creating a complete, whole, and powerful connection. And you have two paths to get there. You can do it externally, by joining your voice, your unique spiritual color, with 9 others and forming a complete circuit together. Or, you can do it internally. You can walk the path of Jacob and do the profound spiritual work of harmonizing all of those colors, all of those divine energies, within your own soul.
So, one unified crown, created with others, or one integrated soul, forged in solitude? The real question isn't which one is better, it's which prayer, which path connects with you today. Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.